After watching season 2 of Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out, I couldn't wait for years again to know what happens to them, so I decided to go and read the manga, and I found out. They didn't animate the best chapters of this series. So, it goes like this: Shinichi finally finds out Hana also likes him. However, he's still unsure if he should do anything. Sakaki tells him to be a man and confess his feelings because the guy usually admits first when emotions are mutual. But Shinichi is unsure how to confess, and out of nowhere, Ami shows up and tells him to practice the confession with her. But it doesn't go as planned.
Yeah, boy.
Shinichi tries to confess, and Ami tells him to turn off the lights. It seems like Ami can't stop thinking about his body, so they try again. But it gets worse this time. This goes on for a while, to the point where Ami takes off Shinichi's shirt, and simultaneously, Hana enters the cafe. Hana gets pissed off about it and asks why he didn't resist. But Shinichi doesn't pay attention to her at all, and the only thing on his mind is how cute Hana is. That's right, now that he's aware of his feeling for Hana, he can't control himself and wants to confess to her, but Sakaki tells him it's not a good time because she's pissed. Shinichi can't take it anymore, so he decides to go and see Hana's father. Now in the gym, he straightly goes to Mr. Fujio and asks his permission to date Hana. Mr. Fujio is surprised. Even though he knows Shinichi is a good person, his ego doesn't let him approve of it so quickly, so he tells him he won't support it unless he confesses appropriately, and asks Shinichi to imagine him as Hana and confess his feelings. But Shinichi chooses the wrong costume to imagine him in.
Why are you gay?
After such a disaster, Shinichi leaves the gym, and on his way, he notices Hana. They walk together while he tries to control his feelings, but out of nowhere, he says the 3 magical words. When they get to his place, everything seems normal, but after dinner, Shinichi tries to explain how hard he tried to come up with an idea to confess, but he screwed up. Hana asks him to try and confess properly again, and he asks her to be his girlfriend. She tries to mess with him a little bit but eventually says yes. After Hana and Shinichi started dating, Mr. Fujio got so depressed that he couldn't focus on his work. All he thought was about them. So his colleagues call his wife and tell her the situation. When he gets back home, Mrs. Suki tries to talk to him, but speaking just makes things worse. She figures out talking won't have that much effect, so she tries a different approach. She wears a maid outfit to cheer him up, which helps to get his attention, but it's not enough and he asks her to wear another outfit. She wears the outfit with lots of embarrassment, but it works like a charm and cheers him up, but it also has another effect. Mr. Fujio approaches her and tries to use this opportunity and enjoy it to the fullest. Mrs. Tsuki is unsure how things ended up like this. It doesn't seem like she hated the idea though. But right at a bad time and situation, their son shows up with a speechless face.
Bruh.
It looks like he wanted to tell them about the teacher's parents' meeting but ended up coming in a bad situation. After seeing his parents in that situation, Kiri was feeling down and awkward, and he didn't want to go home, so Hana offers to go to the cafe for killing some time. On their way, Hana asks him what kind of girls does he like. And the reason for this question was that she thinks he's pissed because he doesn't have a girlfriend, and by knowing his type, she might be able to introduce him to someone. He says he wants a grown-up and kind girl who can spoil him. Hana says she knows some people, but they're all taken. While talking, they walk into the cafe, and at first sight, Kiri falls for Ami. Hana talks to Ami about it, tells her the situation and asks her what she thinks, and tells her to feel free to reject him. Ami goes to talk to Kiri, and after some introduction, she straightly tells him she's not interested because he's still in high school and hasn't reached the legal age, but if after a year he was still thinking about her, they can talk again and consider a relationship. Kiri accepts this and asks her what's her type so he can improve himself into her ideal man. Hana answers her question by telling him he should be shredded, and after hearing this, Kiri straightly goes to his father's gym and asks him for training. Kiri is telling his father why he joined the gym while talking in the sauna, and suddenly, Sakurai comes in. By seeing him, he remembers the story of his defeat and starts trembling. Mr. Fujio asks him if something is wrong, and Kiri tells him the story of the dragon. Mr. Fujio starts laughing. After all, he thinks Kiri is saying this because he's still a kid, so he leans down to check it for himself. After looking at it, Mr. Fujio gets terrified and runs out of there. He is still in shock about what happened, but after some talking, they realize in the near future, Hana will face the dragon. In the meantime, Sakurai hesitates to talk to Mr. Fujio about his relationship with Hana. After lots of thinking, he finds the courage to go and speak to him, but suddenly, his towel drops and Kiri starts running while his father covers him. This incident makes Kiri realize how weak he is in front of something stronger than him, and his respect for Hana increases. Now in the home, both Kiri and Fujio start acting weirdly.
Since Uzaki and Sakurai started dating, he's always nervous and can't stay calm. In a way that when she licked his finger, he fainted and collapsed. So to make things better, Sakurai asks her out on a proper date instead of asking to hang out. Now on the date, Sakurai tries to be like a gentleman and keep his cool. He tells her how he's so concerned about their relationship, how important she is to him, and how much he loves her smile. While they're walking, he tells her he's going to pass out and asks her to sit him down the stairs or something. Hana is surprised why he's saying this, but in a moment, she finds out. After a long way and 93 chapters of this manga, Sakurai finally kissed Uzaki. After kissing her, he passed out and sat on the stairs, and Hana kept telling him to wake up because she wanted to kiss him again.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, you might want to check out this one as well.